All right, Ellis Cinema back, another dish. How we doing out there? Good, great, and wonderful. As you see on your screen, your dial, however you are choosing to join us today, we all appreciate you. So, Twin Flames, been waiting to talk about this one for almost a month now. I was pestering a couple people involved in this call right now to get them on there. I'm glad that they were graciously have agreed to spend some time with us today. So, Twin Flames, it's an album, gang. It's an album. I know we're shifting from the movies, but like yeah, all art matters to me. All of it. It's very important to me. I'm not a track guy. I'm an album guy, as I was telling one of our guests earlier today. So Twin Flames, it's a searing, soul stirring hip hop album that fuses raw lyricism, introspective storytelling, and unapologetic energy, helmed by two fiery voices in the game: Jon Connor, the lyrical juggernaut from Flint, Michigan, and Tootsie the Rapper, the rising powerhouse from Northern California. Together, they craft a dynamic and deeply resonant project that not only showcases their individual strengths, but also underscores the rare chemistry between them. Chemistry is hard to find these days, gang. Two artists who ignite each other's creative flames with every track. The album opens up with the urgent and anthemic Everybody Woke, which is a call to consciousness that balances righteous anger with sharp intellect over thunderous production. Jon Connor delivers razor sharp bars steeped in political insight, while Tootsie brings that West Coast flair laced with fiery urgency and clarity. It sets the tone for an album unafraid to tackle weighty themes while remaining rhythmically electric. Are You Down is another one of the tracks. It slows things down to a little sultry melodic groove. Silky vocals elevate the track into R&B infused territory, creating a lush backdrop for Tootsie and Connor to explore themes of loyalty, love, and emotional resilience. It's a standout moment that reveals the duo's range beyond bars and bravado. And then we move on to Shut It Down, one of my favorites on the album. The energy surges right back into the eardrums. We got blistering confidence with unmatched swagger. Both MCs trading verses like heavyweights in the ring. Tootsie's cadence is precise and commanding, while Connor's relentless delivery hits like a freight train. This duo is at their most fearless on this track. And then we roll on to Marvelous, which is exactly what the title promises: a triumphant celebration of self worth, survival, and artistic excellence. It's a moment of glow up glory, powered by a beat that feels both cinematic and celebratory. Their voices carry stories of struggle and perseverance, but with a tone of victory that resonates long after that beat fades. We move on to Sunday, offers a soulful interlude, a reflective gospel tinged piece with the captures the spiritual and emotional pulse of the album. It's a moment of peace amidst the storm where both rappers dig deep into personal battles and the healing that comes from faith, family, and self reflection. Onto What They Talkin' flips the script with some gritty defiance. Tootsie takes the lead here with biting wit and unapologetic presence, while Jon reinforces the message with his signature firebrand intensity. Together, they dismantle critics, haters, and doubters in one of the most hard hitting moments on the record. And then we close it down with the bonus track, Gimme That, a bold yet infectious closer that blends hunger with swagger. The chemistry is electric, the verses are hungry, and the hook is built for replay value. It's a perfect finale and one that leaves listeners craving for more while solidifying Twin Flames as an unforgettable body of work. Yeah, I said it. Unforgettable. You're from Flint. I'll say it to your face. Twin Flames is more than an album. It's a meeting of minds, styles, and souls. Jon brings his legacy of lyrical depth and social consciousness, while Tootsie emerges as a commanding force with a voice that demands to be heard. Together, they deliver a body work that's both cohesive, compelling, and undeniably powerful, burning bright with authenticity, ambition, and artistry. Ladies and gentlemen, joining the show, Tootsie the Rapper, for the first time ever on the Ellis Cinema podcast, and Jon Connor. How are we doing, guys?
I feel like we got to give you a round of applause, dog, for that intro, man. That was crazy. Bro, that was amazing. Thank you for that intro, man. Like straight up, man. So that anybody who hasn't heard the project, thank you for giving them a heads up to what it's all about. I appreciate being here. And Tootsie, what up?
Oh man, no, we don't have audio Tootsie. I'm asking to unmute you. Oh, there we go. There.
What's up? What's
There
up?
we go. What up,
Thank
though?
you so much. That was like an amazing intro. I feel honored. Thank you. I'm honored to be here and I appreciate you for having us on here. This is amazing.
Absolutely, absolutely. So John's been on the show before. We may bounce around a little bit here, but I do have to ask some softball questions. I do apologize. I have to ask, what inspired Twin Flames, gang? Does it reflect your personal or creative chemistry? Where did Twin Flames come to be?
Does you want to take it or how you want to do it?
You can start off. I'll jump in.
All right. Well, okay. Um, I heard her music and I thought she was just amazing and dope. I felt like her voice was one that is definitely needed as far as females in hip hop. I think that she brings something different to the table and it inspired me. And we started going back and forth and doing records together. And the more we did it and the more we went back and forth, it was like, yo, we should do a project together. And she was down with it. So that's kind of where it started off at, where it was like we both rocked with each other's music
Mhm.
just as admirers and fans of each other's work. And then, like, as we started to create and do features with each other, it was like, well, why not? Let's just do an album. And then from there, to see, I will let you take it from there.
Yeah, and then from there, I just booked a flight. I think I was just like, let's get this going. Like, and I was so serious about it to the point where he was like, okay, she's serious about it. So we really finna do this. But I feel like our in general, as artists and creatives, and I think just human beings, I felt like it was just a dope connection, a dope energy with us sending those verses back and forth to each other. And it's like even with I'm a fan of his music just like as much as he's a fan of mine. And yeah, I just felt like what I knew if we were to do something together, that it would be something that was just unstoppable and dope. So yeah, that's how it came about.
So who called
Yeah,
who
man.
first? Who called who first?
I don't remember. Tissy, do you remember?
I just remember us saying we kept saying we need to work on something, and I think you were like, "Hey, I have this track." Which is give me that actually. I think that was the
Yeah.
first one you sent me. Yeah. You're like, I got this track I'm working on. Hop on this. If you're interested, let's do it. And so then I remember going to the studio and I sent it back to you and that was it. And then we just started swapping back and forth from there with
Yeah,
different tracks.
I
Hmm.
definitely can't remember who called who first. I just remember it was a lot of texting going on back and forth.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? And then like Tussie said in this little, it's like a documentary style piece that's on both of our Instagram pages that kind of tells the story of how Twin Flames came to be. And she said in there, which is the truth, every time we would end the text message, every time we would end the text message, we would put the two little twin flame heart emojis. Like there would be
Hmm.
two little flaming hearts at the end of them. And then I remember saying to her, like, yo, that should be the name of the album. That should be
Yeah.
the cover of the album. It should be Twin Flames, but it shouldn't say Twin Flames. It should just be the heart, the flaming hearts. And she was like,
Hmm.
yo, that's dope. And like she said, after that, like she booked the flight and it was on.
Hmm.
So you book that flight, you sit down.
Hmm.
Is there now, are you guys bouncing back and forth a central message? Is there something that you're sitting down and you want to convey to the audience? Or it's just like, hey, yo, we got bars.
This is raw energy, raw bars, raw creativity. When the first time we worked on the first track together, which is Everybody Woke, literally just found the beat that we both were feeling, found the words. Like every time he would say something, it was really a back and forth thing, just like it is, delivered. So yeah.
I
Mhm.
definitely 100% agree. Like it was just and I said too in another interview that I give Tussie all of the credit for that because I tend to be a bit of an overthinker when I make projects, like as far as like sequencing and how long it should be. And like she came with the energy of let's just go with the vibes of what we feeling in that moment. It'll be what it's supposed to be, and let's put it out. Let's share the way we feel about the music, like right how we feel right now. Let's share it with the world. And I
Mhm.
appreciate Tootsie, I appreciate you for that
Well, thank
because
you.
Because yeah, and so and like after we did Everybody Woke, like we just kept, riding that wave of okay, let's just keep going. The way we felt with Everybody Woke, it's like let's use that as our let's use
Foundation.
as that, yes, absolutely. Let's use that as our foundation going forward. Like if we don't feel about a beat the way we feel about Everybody Woke, then we ain't gonna do it. If we feel excited about it, let's do it. Let's record it. That's it. Let's move on and let's
Hmm.
put it out. So that was pretty much from my perspective how it was.
Never overthinking for me. I like to, like I was telling you before when I hopped on, I said I like to go with the flow of things, because he was asking me, what time are we gonna do you got? And I said, we're here, however long it goes.
Well, I'm with John. I'm a mess. Like this
Yeah.
shit never stops. No matter what, it just never stops. I'm always, yeah, always concocting, always trying to think of do this, that, or the other thing. So then I assume with, by the way, Everybody Woke. I think I speak for everyone. You guys melted our faces. Like like
Thank you.
the first time I heard that, like I was like, oh, all right. And that's coming up. John, you're slaying right now, bro. Like it's
Thank you.
every week. You got Food for the Soul, then you come Twin Flames, and now you're just releasing singles. And I can tell you, when Everybody Woke hit, I was just like, yo, this man's crazy. This man, this is out of control. How much lyricism he's putting out. So is that like the idea? Like everybody's woke, we're just gonna flatline him real quick before we get into the rest of the album?
Pretty much, man. Pretty much. Pretty much. Like you just said it. I wanted to take the time out real quick too to appreciate the Twin Flame shirts you got in the background. Yeah, I wanted to take the time to appreciate that, man. Thank you for always supporting.
Yeah, always, always, bro. Like, and here's, I mean, I'll just let you both know. I know John knows, but Tootsie, I'll let you know. Like, I I don't have time to not support people that I just kind of like. Like it's
Mhm.
that simple. Like life's too short to me to be, like even this right now. Like if I thought Twin Flames was just like okay, I would have been like, oh, I don't need to ask anybody to come on the show. We're good. Like, So, then we go with Are You Down? Now, I know John, you're strategic in the way that you like to release the tracks. Was this your intent with Are You Down?
If Tussie, if I'm wrong, you can correct me, but I feel like at one point when we was in the studio making this, I got super excited when we listened to the beat for Are You Down? And
Mhm.
I think I might have said the phrase, yo, let's do some sing-songy type stuff because people won't expect that. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
it was a moment where I did get excited because I think people that are fans of Tootsie Rapper, I mean Tootsie's music knows that she can rap. I think that people that are fans of my music know that I can rap. And I think with Are You Down, I was excited because it allowed us to be songwriters. It allowed us to, you know what I'm saying, kind of chill and relax and be like, yeah, we can give y'all bars, but we can also give y'all stuff that y'all can just vibe to and chill with.
Mhm. Facts.
Yeah, like so for me, I mean, you took us on a ride, but what I started thinking towards the end of the EP was like the sky's the limit at this point because now we know that you guys can do everything, right? So
Mhm.
are we nope, I'm not going to ask. So what's next? Wait, are we doing a Twin Flames too? That's shit. That's shitty to do. But like I know, like I can speak for me and a couple other people that. So I'll just be honest with you. You can call it nerdy, whatever you want. We actually had a listening party for your Twin Flames. Actually,
Oh, that's dope.
yeah, John, you actually have met my friend several times, and we actually sat down at his place, spun the record, and we are just like, he does it again. And whoever she is, she's fucking elite. She's elite. And I don't do people do that anymore, or are we just on our own island with a listening party? Do people do that?
I think people still do it, right,
They
Tussie?
do.
Okay. Because I know it's not, you can get some friends to go out to a movie with you, or come over for a movie or whatever, but when you're just kind of like vibing, like, in your chair, just kind of like looking, because you don't want to make eye contact with anybody, that would be weird, as you're vibing, unless, that lyric hits real hard. But real talk, I don't, it has been a couple years since we did a listening party, and we did it with Twin Flames. So that's a big deal to me. And it may not be to you guys, but what I can tell you is that me and the dude that you've met, we don't just do that. We only We only do it for the people that we're gonna follow until they put us in the ground. You feel me?
Thank
Thank you.
y'all. Thank y'all. I'm humbled by that because yes, that is super cool that y'all got together and really like broke it down. Because as artists, we take our art serious, and to know that there are still people out there that listen to the music and take it as seriously as we do, that is an amazing thing. So that's truly humbling. Appreciate that.
I and
Gratitude.
in terms of taking it serious, I actually Tootsie and I were talking before you came on. Like, I feel like we've gone into this weird place where like people are track oriented and not album oriented. It's really strange to me. And obviously, you guys aren't. You're musicians, so you listen to an album um top to bottom, but like in my experience when I'm talking to people about music these days, it's like, well, I listen to this track, and not the rest of the album. And it's kind of like that's straight. One, I think you owe it to the artist to, see it top to bottom because like I have a big problem with the phrase content creation. Like to me, what you guys are doing is so much bigger than creating fucking content. Like especially like hitting on political themes or whatever, social themes like that should mean something more than 2.5 minutes we're out. We're not going to think about it ever again. And I just want to let you guys know, like, there's still people, there's still purists out there. There's still purists out there. So, and then we go right into shut it down, just thumping my speakers. So did you ignite this, Tootsie? John, you?
John, I'm gonna let you say this one because you got a Vice.
Ah,
You gotta let
yes,
them know about
indeed.
Vice.
Well, okay. The track "Shut It Down" was actually produced by a friend of mine, one of my longtime friends, a cat by the name of Vice Carter. He's an MC and a producer from Flint, Michigan, doing his thing. I think he just recently dropped something too. So for anybody out there watching, y'all check out my dog Vice Carter. Um, but me and Tootsie was working. I called Vice like, "Yo, you should try to get a joint on this album." I'm like, you should try to come through. I'm just trying to throw him the alley oop. Like, bruh, come through. We working, we grinding. Come play some beats, and if something hit both of us, then we'll record it. So he came, and to his credit, he sat over there with us for like hours. Like, I think he sat through us recording "Are You Down?"
Yeah, he did. He did.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So he was there from like we found the beat to "Are You Down?" We started writing and recording that. He just over there with his headphones on in his own little zone. I don't know if he made that beat right there on the spot or if it's something he already had. But by the time we finished "Are You Down?" and I said, "Okay, play what you working on out loud." So when he played it,
Hmm.
what was crazy
Wait, it's
is,
fine.
yeah, it was just immediate vibes. It wasn't
Uh-huh.
like we just all started rapping to it. We all started freestyling to it. Then we got in like a old school cipher circle, and we
Hmm.
started just going back and forth. So the way that you hear the three of us, so that third voice on "Shut It Down" is Vice Carter. And so the three of us started just going back and forth. The way that you hear us rapping on the song is the way that we started freestyling when he first started playing the beat. And Tootsie, I'll let you take it from there.
Yeah, so and that was my first time meeting him as well. So, and I'm all about like energy. His energy was just good. He just fit the whole entire vibe. It just made sense. Like the beat made sense. Us just all, collaborating together made sense. So I think what I love about Twin Flames is that it's such like a creative space. Like it was just very much based upon creativity right then in that moment, not overthinking. And I think that's what makes it so dope. It's same with Shut It Down. Like that's what makes Shut It Down dope because yeah. Hmm.
So what does your guys' creative process look like? Is it exactly that? You just start kind of doing that, and then before you know it, like you said, you're in the cipher.
Yo, it made me laugh because me and Tootsie's creative process is pretty funny to me. I'm saying, listen, let me tell you something, bro. She being sweet and like modest and chill right now, but Tootsie in the studio, Tootsie in the studio, man, it is the most beautifully uh chaotic energy ever. It's the most creatively beautiful chaotic energy. It is it's just super big and you can't help but to respond to it. When she's excited, you get excited. You know, so when she hears something that is like, you know, piquing her interest, and like she'll start throwing ideas out there and bouncing around the room, and like I'm that type of person in the studio. I feed off of, you know, I kind of can be a chameleon in the studio, that I feed off of whatever energy I'm working with. If I'm working with like a more calm artist, okay, I'll transform into the calm producer. You feel me? But I'm an Aries, so by nature, I'm a fire sign. So if it's somebody in there that's lit, I'm gonna get lit. And so like Tootsie's energy, I can say that she was the captain of the ship, in that I was following her energy and it was always leading us in the right direction, man.
Well, that's good because
Thank you. That's really nice.
you're in the right place, Tootsie, because this is chaotic energy over here too. So you're in the right place
So,
for sure. Moving on to Marvelous. The title suggests confidence. What's the story behind this track?
So Marvelous was my solo record on there. We decided that we both should have solo records on this project, just to introduce ourselves to each other's audience. You know, so for anybody that listens to Tootsie the Rapper, now they can know what Jon Connor is about, and vice versa. For people that listen to Jon Connor, now they can know what Tootsie was about on her solo record. And I just wanted to, for me, Marvelous was just establishing what I do to a new audience. And I want to shout out my man Smitty Boy, because he produced like, I think like 90% of the project. So he sent over a beat pack. That was the one that like caught my ear. And yeah, I think with Marvelous, it was just like I just want to make a solid Jon Connor record to kind of introduce myself to Tootsie's audience.
Well, mission accomplished, sir. Mission
Appreciate it.
accomplished.
Appreciate it.
Sunday, a title like that hints at something reflective. What tone or theme were you aiming for Sunday?
For me, it's like I think I dug into just like a space of like I'm already like a busy person. Like I was telling you, I'm a mom. I work, I do all these things, and I'm always in the grind. But I think in it doesn't have to necessarily be towards like a relationship, but just somebody you love, like you wish that you could be with them all the time. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, it's like I have my kids. I'm working Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is like our time to chill. But I'm still on the grind because as a mom, I'm thinking about I got to do this, I got to do that. You feel me? Monday's about to hit again. So just in a sense like that, like. And then I just wanted to, you know, have a little slow vibe, and it just fit. I feel like it just fit with everything. So it felt right, the song, when I wrote it.
That's my fiance's favorite track on the album.
Yes.
Hey, let's go.
That's
Hey.
awesome. Thank you.
What they talking? Was this the track to respond to critics, doubters, something more personal? Let me have it.
Tussie, you want to take it or?
Um, I'll let you. Okay, yeah, we can do it while they talking. Yeah, actually, so that's like one of my favorite tracks on on the whole album. To be completely honest with you, I love every single track, obviously, but that one specifically only because there's a story behind it, and I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. Um, that wasn't the original um beat, I want to say, necessarily. The vibe of us rapping was original because there was a different beat, but it just wasn't fitting to what we had. So it took us maybe like a couple days, I want to say, maybe a week. We were just kept going back and forth like with different tracks that would sound good with it. And when we found the one, we both just knew. Like we're both like, this is the one. At the same time, we're like, this is the one. So I think for that, it just, yeah, it worked out.
Yeah, man. What they talking, that story was crazy. That was, to me, it was like what they talking was it was meant to be. Because like Tootsie said in the beginning, we wrote that record to a totally different beat. And then some issues came up with that beat. So we had to find an entirely different beat to go with what they talking. But we believed in like the songwriting and what we were saying and how we rapped and the energy of the joint, that we didn't want to give up on the song. So and the funny part about that is My man Smitty Boy, he produced the beat for the version of what they talking that y'all hear on the record. Like, okay, he did that, but that was even like the fourth beat that Smitty sent. Like it was, it was
It
like
was.
it was it was a situation where like, and it wasn't because Smitty's he's a phenomenal producer, but me and Tootsie have got married to a certain energy that the original music had, and that's what we were looking for when we was looking for the new beats of what they talking. So I think I like the reason why that song I love it so much is because both me and her were dedicated to not giving up on that record. We both believed in that record. So it was like, okay, if we got to find a new beat, we'll find a new beat. Okay. If we'll keep going through beats. It was just a situation where both of us believed in something and we manifested it. And even though it's just one record, I think that that's a reflection of both of our personalities and our drive and determination. We both liked the writing, we both loved what we were talking about, and we didn't give up on what they talking until we found the exact beat that we wanted, and boom, now you got what they talking.
Yep.
Fourth track and ended up still crushing it. Fourth one that you got crushing it. Give me that. This sounds assertive. What are we chasing? Respect, success. Something else? What are we chasing on? Give me that.
So give me that. Um, Give me that. A shout out to my little cousin, Shogun, because he co-produced that track with me. Um, that song is an interpolation of a song from when I was growing up. I can't even remember what the name.
It
Oh
was called
Lord,
Donkey Bun, I think.
yeah, it might have been called Donkey.
Hmm.
Yeah, but so it was my interpolation of that particular song. I always loved that joint. It reminded me of my childhood. So I remember I got my cousin in the studio and I was like, "Cuz, let's flip this." And he didn't get it at first. He like, "Cuz, what is we gonna do with this?" So I'm like, "Yo," I'm like, "Trust me." So when we started working on it, it became a little vibe. And the crazy part is I've been sitting on the beat for Gimme That for probably about 2 years. I think when Tootsie recorded her verse to it, that might have been what, like a year ago?
Hmm.
So Tootsie's verse to Gimme That was a year ago. And then we also got rest in peace to the legendary Soldier Slim. His little sister G.I. Peaches is who starts the song off. And I think she killed it. She brought that New Orleans flavor because you know
Hmm.
New Orleans is all about Mardi Gras and twerking and you know doing their thing. And I feel like she brought that energy to the track and set it off so perfectly. So Gimme That was just us having fun. And honestly, it was a song that was already done. It was one of those records that me and Tootsie had sent back and forth. And then last minute, I was like, Tootsie, what if we put Gimme That on Twin Flames? And she was like, all right, if you want to. Like, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So it turned out cool. People dig it. It's one of the top tracks, top performing tracks on Twin Flames. So it ended up being a good thing, man. So it was it just Gimme That was just a fun record, man.
Hmm.
I
Yeah, I
know.
liked it. I liked that track too because I was able to really kind of introduce myself to more in a fun way. You know, it's like they got to see everything that I can do within Twin Flames, but I feel like Gimme That was just that bonus extra fun. You know, like okay, who is this person? Like my fans can know who John is. You know what I'm saying? And then vice versa. So yeah.
All right. And so I know that that was a crash course, but that, John knows that's what we do here. It's just bop, 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 bop. We keep it rolling. So, which I appreciate the candidness, gang. I appreciate it. So I do have to ask a couple, if you don't mind, a little behind the scenes, if we can open that up. Was there any surprising parts of making this album musically or personally once you guys wrapped?
Tootsie, you want to take it first?
Um, I'll let you.
Okay. I think as far as surprising, I'll say surprising in a very good way is sometimes you can create music with people, but when y'all get in the studio, y'all don't have chemistry. And just as humans, you might just be oil and water. That's like with some of the, like even with like in sports, when certain people get drafted to the same team, like these superstars, but they just don't have chemistry. I remember one time I remember the year. I can't help but remember this because it was the year the Detroit Pistons won the NBA championship. It was the Pistons versus the Lakers, and the Lakers was like Kobe Bryant, Shaq, Gary Payton, Karl Malone. It was like the most ridiculous. It was like the Lakers literally had like a dream team, but the Lakers didn't have no chemistry. It was all of these superstars, but when they got on the court together, it just didn't click like that. So what was surprising for me in a very good way was the same chemistry that me and Tootsie had in the text conversations and on the phone, it translated into the studio and translated into the music that we were making. It was super easy, super fun. It was never an awkward moment. It was almost the from the first day, because the first day we got in the studio was the first day we ever met in person. So it was like that first day in the studio felt like we had known each other for years. So I would say that was a beautifully surprising thing to me.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Chemistry, definitely. Absolutely. Like musically, that's why it's like a twin flame because we felt that fire just as artists and human beings. Like, yeah, like this is dope. Like, we're going to create something amazing. And I think we were just positive through all of that. So that's what made it like so special, you know?
Well, I have a question that, and now it almost seems bogus, but I'm going to ask it anyway because I can already tell your guys' chemistry works so well. Is there a particular track where maybe like you guys felt internally that it took forever to get it right? No, huh? Okay, we'll move on to the
No,
next question.
no.
I would just say what they talking because of the thing with the beat. And so that had nothing to do with me and Tootsie's chemistry. That was just things that was out of our control.
Yep.
Okay.
I agree.
Do you see this as a one-time collaboration? Please say no. Please say no.
No, of
So is
course
this the beginning of something ongoing then?
Tootsie, you gonna answer it?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. I thought you were answering. I'm sorry. Absolutely. I love, look here. I have so many tracks with Jon Connor. Okay. Jon Connor is one of my favorite rappers. Okay. Like
Hey,
just
mine too. I'm
Aw.
glad we're
off top. So, yeah, I have tons of just outside of Twin Flames. Like I have music that I want to continue to, collaborate with him on. Absolutely. And I'm sure he could say the same. So
Now look, I'm gonna put it out there. There's definitely gonna be a Twin Flames
there
too.
it is.
Me and Tootsie talked about it while we were doing Twin Flames 1. I won't go into because I see Tootsie, you were being coy about it.
I
So
was. Yes.
so we got a lot of cool ideas for Twin Flames too, and kind of continuing on with it and letting it become somewhat of a series. And like, you know what I'm saying? I think we got a lot of cool ideas as to what we're gonna do with the next installments of Twin Flames. But definitely it's gonna be Twin Flames 2. And I just want to say thank you to everybody for the response to the project. Like everybody really dug it. So, it's just like in Hollywood when a movie does really good, it becomes a franchise. And now it's like, well, why stop? The chemistry was good. We love working with each other. We make beautiful music together. We are giving positive energy to the people that enjoy our music. Why would we want to take that from them? So we're gonna give them Twin Flame 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, infinity until y'all get tired of hearing this, man.
All right, so Twin Flames 2 coming out tomorrow.
Yep. Let's get it.
I was just kidding. So, all right, cool. I can't wait. I know I speak for a lot of people that were at the listening party. I can't wait, and I know they can't either. How do you both? We switch gears on this show. We switch gears. How do you both navigate maintaining authenticity while aiming for commercial success, respect, however you want to put it? How do you navigate that?
Me personally, I feel like I am who I am, like, and I feel comfortable with who I am. And I don't feel like I need to be different than who I've always been. I feel like life is about learning and growing. And for me, I live a life of attitude and gratitude. So I feel like when I wake up in the morning, that's just, this is the person I want to be. So when I go out into the world and I go out and do these things with music, it's like, I'm still going to be me regardless. And I'm just not the type of person to fake the funk or fake who I am. So authenticity for me, it's definitely something that is a big part of me. And yeah, I feel like that's just the way to live. Why be anybody else? Why change for anybody else?
Amen.
What about you, John? You ain't getting out of here without answering that a little bit.
um, Tootsie and I are very similar in that way, that I think that authenticity is very important to us. I think we both the type of artists that just want to make what we want to make and make what feels right to us and then bring everybody into our world as opposed to abandoning who we are to go chase whatever the flavor of the month is or to chase
Mhm.
whatever the next sound is. You know what I'm saying? Is let's just make what makes us happy, and then will other people that like what we like will gravitate to us, and then boom, so yeah,
Mhm.
that's pretty much how I look at it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you for that answer, both of you guys. Instead of just being like, I don't know. I, I don't know. So a couple things, and we'll kind of wind it down here. I like to, I like to. You guys are people. I was telling Tootsie beforehand. I think maybe it doesn't exist anymore like it used to, but I still think that there's a big part of the population that thinks that you guys are made in factories, and that's how you're as
Right.
good as you are, and stuff like that. And I like to get a little human on here. Who's the bigger perfectionist in the studio? Is it Tootsie or is it John?
Oh, it's definitely John. Although I am a Virgo and I am a perfectionist, I feel like, and it's not in a bad way. He just, his craft, like he wants to get it right. And that's totally fine. But I feel like he would be more in the booth. I mean, I guess maybe we both are. I'm not going to say he is. I'm a Virgo. But I don't know. I feel like maybe we both are. That's why we connect so well, because it's like we see things in the same light in different areas. So
You guys keep bringing up signs. Why is everybody? I'm a Gemini. Why does everybody hate on me?
you
They're
know
always this.
I'll tell you something, bro. As an Aries and Geminis, we get along, man. Y'all are just very misunderstood. I think that other signs just need to have a little bit more patience to understand y'all. Y'all are very cool people, man.
Dude, patience barely exists anymore, my guy.
Correct.
There's
Correct.
patience
nobody's.
is a virtue.
This is fact. That's a fact.
All right, so you
I,
guys know I got a movie. I do a movie podcast. It's predominantly movies, but we talk music and stuff. So naturally, or maybe clichely, however you want to put it, if this album were a movie, what would the genre be, and who would direct it? And I want different answers, or even same answers. I want answers from both.
Okay.
oh, that's dope. Okay.
All right.
Put everybody
I'll
on the
answer.
spot now.
I want the guy who just did that vampire movie. That would be dope. And I
Ryan
would,
Coogler.
yeah. And then it would be like very like I don't want to say like a Bonnie and Clyde because I feel like that's like everybody does that. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's a woman and female, or man and female when they do like some type of projects together. But I feel like it would just be so like on the run type of thing, and it would just be very much yeah. Like, but it's not like it's in a bad way. It's more so us trying to like encourage people along the way, but like very gangster style, but still like has a message behind it. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like it would be dope like that.
I think for me, this Twin Flames album would be like a version of Mr. and Mrs. Smith uh mixed with Natural Born Killers, mixed with uh Queen and Slim, and it will be directed by Michael Bay. So
Nice.
that's what this first Twin Flames is to me.
That's what you guys got to do on like next time you do some like promo stuff. You got to have that Michael Bay shot where you both are standing close. You got to
Yeah.
circle
That'd be
around there.
dope.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. Yeah, this first Twin Flame is definitely a big action Michael Bay movie. Produced by Don Simpson and Jerry Bruckheimer.
You
Well,
brought.
that's what it is then, because y'all watch more movies than I do. So
Well, wait a minute now, though. Did you see Sinners though? Did you guys both
I
see?
did. That movie
Yes.
was fire.
Can we don't need to talk about it, but can we all mutually agree that the sequence in the bar where we go through decades of music is one of the coolest fucking things that we've seen in
Yes, it
a
is.
long fucking time?
That was amazing. That's when I
Amazing.
was like, "Whoa! Like this is sick. This movie is." I already thought it when I first saw it, but when I got to that scene, I was like, "Whoa!" And then it just blew me for a loop. Like I was really like into it after that, like really into it. So
But we both
Like,
liked it then. We both loved it.
yeah, instant classic, man.
mm-hmm.
Good, good. I tell you what, I don't know what I like more, the decade switch of music or him coming in with the fade at the end, bro. The big
You're right,
big
right.
home. I was like Michael B. Jordan Cole right now, dude.
Yeah, instant man, instant classic, man. One of these days, man, I'll tell you. So I got a funny story about me in the movie Sinners, man. But it was, hey, yeah, it's it's a fun.
I'm
I don't
mad
want
because
to.
I actually know that story. That's funny.
Yes,
This is
so
an off-air story, is what you're saying. Off air, we talk about it.
I don't want to take up too much of your time. So yeah, I'll tell it to you off here.
My time, hell no. I feel like I've already, like I told you guys 30, 40 minutes. And even though we're only at 41 and we're vibing and everything, bro, like when you were talking about how we're overthinkers, right? Bro, I start to melt. Like my self-conscious, like, hey, you told him 40 minutes. Now you a liar. You a liar, bro. Get off the mic. Get off the mic.
No, it's all good,
You're
man.
good.
All right. Well, all right, last question, and then if you don't mind, I'm gonna give flowers. But last question, is there something about the other person that when you guys are in the studio that fans would be surprised to hear? I don't care if it's like John's got to have the specific type of gummy worms or Tootsie's got to have a whatever, whatever. Is there anything that members of my audience would be surprised to learn?
Hmm. You want to go first, or you want me to go first?
You can go first. I'm trying to think.
I
That
wasn't trying to stump nobody. I would.
okay. Oh no, no. Okay, let's see. I think um that people will be surprised about. I gotta go back to. I gotta go back to just her overall energy while creating, because like honestly, and it's a beautiful thing. This is not in a bad way at all. It's like, okay, y'all, as we're doing this interview, obviously beautiful, poised, you know what I'm saying? Okay, in the studio, you know what I'm saying? In the studio, it is like a I don't know, man. Okay, you remember like back in the day, like old school cartoons when it would be like a bunch of people fighting, and then you all you would see is like smoke and then arms and legs and shit like coming out of the smoke. That's what like Tootsie's energy is like creatively. It's like just a big ball of energy and then ideas, and you know what I'm saying, and just fun and charismatic, and it's like it is very easy to create with Tootsie because she is not binded by like I would say that she's not insecure when it comes to expressing her ideas. And I think as an artist, you have to be able to tap into that space of fearlessness. And so I would say, not so much that people would be surprised because she obviously is a fearless woman in this interview, but like in the studio, it is like a next level of understanding that her gift is truly a gift. Like it is once she is like a fish in water, it's like a lioness in the jungle. It is watching somebody do what they're supposed to do fearlessly and unapologetically. And I think people would kind of be like, if you're not confident in yourself, you're going to be taken aback by it. But if you're a true artist, you're going to love being in the studio with Tussie.
Aw.
Yeah, actually, that just happened, by the way. While we were waiting for you to get on the call, you want to talk about beauty, poise, presence. She gets on the call, and I'm like, all right, I don't. Where's John at, bro? John got to get on this call real quick. This energy a little too much for me. I can't handle
She
this.
made you nervous, bro. You got nervous.
Yeah. I had a little shaking hands going on, but I'm all right. We recover. We're good.
Yeah, no, no. She has that effect on people, man. Just an amazing, her gift is bigger than her body, man.
And I'll tell you one thing about John is he doesn't let you give up. You know, it's like I remember being in the studio. It's like he once the day's done, it's like we got to finish that song. Like we're not gonna wait until the next day and go back to it. Like he's the type of person like we got to finish it. If we started it, it has to be finished. So I tell you what, he at 3 in the morning, my eyes, I'm like recording half of the some of the stuff on those album on the album. I was recording at 3 in the morning, half asleep. I just want to let everybody know that because
It's facts. It's facts.
we was putting in work.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you. So back in my aftermath days, I mean, even before that, I was always like what she just described. But Dre coined the phrase championship hours. That's when you like push into you literally almost have nothing left in your body to give. But that's what makes champions. And yes, that was a dope night. And I was so proud of you, man. It was a couple nights.
It was an amazing experience. And even though I was tired at the time, it's like it as an artist, like those type of moments I cherish because that's what helps develop me, you know? So things that I may have just been doing on my own, I come, it's like, yes, Jon he's a friend, he's also a teacher, he's a producer, you know, so all these things. So when I'm working with him, it's like I'm learning as well. I'm not afraid to learn and experience, you know, new things I've never done before when it comes to the music. So definitely I can be half asleep. That's fine, just as long as I know to get it done, you know? So it was a lesson for me too, but in a good way.
All right, good. Thank you. Thank you. Now, hopefully I make you both kind of uncomfortable right now. I just
Sure.
want to extend my deepest gratitude for both of you joining the show today. You know, talking about a powerful and electric joint album, sharing your stories. It's an honor to me. Hearing you guys speak real about it means a lot to me. Tootsie, like I was telling you beforehand, to me, like, yes, we do promote here, but like, you guys are people, and that's where I'm at. Like I like to talk to people, pick their brains. The energy that you guys both brought today, not only individually but as a duo, you can tell that both of you are magnetic. Like it's. I think that's very easy to see that the chemistry is spot on. So obviously that chemistry, when we'll be seeing Twin Flames drop tomorrow, Twin Flames 2 drop tomorrow, as we already discussed. The stories behind the music, the creative energy, creative synergy between you two. Um, it's embedded in each track. And I think listening to this interview will give the audience a deeper appreciation for what Twin Flames, I think, truly represents, which is passion, truth, artistry, resilience. From the righteous fire to everybody woke to the soul stirring tones of Sunday. I think having you guys on the show today, it gives those songs even more weight, even more context to the music in a way that at least right now, because I have a acronym: learn, evolve, contribute every day. At least right now, um, you're doing it in a way I think very few stars can actually deliver that. And Jon, your legacy of lyricism and unfiltered honesty continues to inspire not only my generation, I hope generations to come. And it was incredible hearing your perspective on being in the studio for Twin Flames. Tootsie, your commanding voice and presence, as I've already admitted to, I had the shakes going on, both in music and in conversation. I'm very confident that it's going to leave a lasting impression on my audience. And I, for one, and I think Jon's with me. We're here for you to watch your star continue to rise, and I know I got front row seats for it, and I'll follow you wherever. Um, Thank you for coming on the show and having a meaningful conversation. Thank you for being open. Thank you for being real. Thank you for being generous with your time. I know everybody always seems so busy today, and that's because of that fucking phone, bro. It makes you think that you're way busier than you actually are. But I truly believe that Twin Flames isn't just an album, but a cultural statement. And your visit, I think, helped illuminate that to all of us and proved it, if anything else. So, Jon, you're always welcome on the show. Tootsie, you're always welcome on the show. Continued success, continued glowing reviews. And I hope you guys have endless inspiration going forward. And I hope to see you back.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, of course, guys. We'll talk soon. We'll talk soon. I'm gonna get Jon Connor and Tootsie out of here for the day. How about that, gang? That you can't ask for a better a better show than that. I'm it's almost uncomfortable how well that went. You can actually find Twin Flames on connorculture.com right now. Buy the album for $10. Just buy the album for $10. Yes, you can stream it, but like buying the album, like you don't understand the Spotify's and everything that it's not yes, it's support, but it's not what it could be. You know what I'm saying? And it's $10. That's all it costs you. Ten fucking dollars. I mean, if you have to stream, I mean, you got to do what you got to do. But go over there, show some love, buy a shirt. Go spin Tootsie's previous records, go spin John's mixtapes, his records. Like you should be set up for a while between the two of their catalogs. A while, gang. So, man. I was nervous. I really was nervous there in the beginning. I ain't gonna lie about that. Tootsie popped out and I went, shit, where the fuck's John? Ellis Cinema, Twin Flames, Tootsie the Rapper, Jon Connor. Get it on connorculture.com, $10, or if you must, it is streaming everywhere right now. Man, what a good ass show. That's all I got for you, gang. I'm out.